Good morning, dear students. How are you doing today? Welcome to another music class with Mr. Ola. In this class, we are going to be covering everything for the term. It's going to be taken in different sections, topic by topic. Today, let's start with the first topic, which is dotted notes. Now, I'm sure that you remember very well that you learned about musical notes. When I say musical notes, I mean semi-brief, the meaning, the crotchet, the quaver, semi-quaver, which is where we stopped. I also believe that you remember that we mentioned that we also have a demi-semi-quaver and we also have a hemi-demi-semi-quaver. Okay? And then we also have as well the brief, which is the first musical note, but which are not commonly used anymore because of how long the beat is. Okay, and we also remember the beat of each of these musical notes. Remember that the semi-brief is 4 beats, the meaning is 2 beats, the crotchet has 1 beat, the quaver has half beat, and then the semi-quaver has a quarter beat. That's 1/4. All right. So today we want to talk about dotted notes. Now, when we add a dot to a note, it is used to increase the beats of that note. So there are various ways that we increase the beat in music. One way is a dot, putting a dot beside a note. Okay, so you can have a semi-brief and then a dot will place beside it. That dot automatically increases the number of beats from the usual 4 to 6. Okay, you will understand how that occurred as we go on in the class. Okay, yes. So now, what does a dot do? So I would send this lesson note as well to you so that you can use it. So a dot increases a note by half of its original beat or value. So a dot increases a note by half of its original beat or value. So if the original beat is 4, for example, a semi-brief has 4 beats. Now, if a dot is placed beside that semi-brief, it will increase it by half of the original beat. So the original beat is 4. Now, half of 4 will be what? Mathematics. So that will be half of, that's 1/2 times 4. That will give us 2. So if we divide 4 into 2 places, it will give us 2. So that 2 will be added to the original bit, which is 4, and that makes it 6. Do you get that? Let me take it again. So a dot is half of the original bit. So using a semi-brief as an example, a semi-brief normally has 4 bits. Good. Now if a dot is put beside it, it means that we have to look for half of the original bit and add it to it. So the original bit is 4. Let's think, half of 4. If I break 4 into 2 places, let's say I have 2 people that want to share 4 sweets, right? Okay, so we have 4 sweets and we want to share it between 2 people. Alright, so and we want to do it equally, no cheating. Alright, so 2 people will take, one person will take 2, the other person will also take 2. So that means that half of 4 is 2. Are we good? Good. Now, so the dot now is representing 2 bits. So when we add the 4, which is the original bit of the semi-brief, plus 2, that gives us 6 bits. Are we there? Okay, good. Let's try it also for a meaning. So a meaning has how many bits? Can you remember? I said it already today. Okay, yes, beautiful. A meaning has 2 bits. Good. Now, half of that 2, if you place a dot beside a meaning now, it means that we have to look for half of its original bit and add it to it, right? Okay, so the original bit is is 2. We want to look for half of 2. Let's use our analogy. So we have 2 people. Let's say you and I now. We want to share 2 sweets equally. Obviously, you take 1. I also take 1, right? Alright, good. So half of 2 is what? 1. Are we there? So now, meaning that the dot is what? 1 bit. Okay, so the original bit of a meaning is 2. The dot beside it is what? Is 1. Alright, so now 2 plus 1 gives us what? 3. So a dotted meaning has 3 bits. Remember we said a dotted semi-brief. A demi-brief has 4 bits, but a dotted semi-brief will have how many? Will have 6 bits. Good, very good. Alright, now let's try it also with the crotchet. We'll stop with the crotchet. Okay, a crotchet has 1 bit. Okay, now we now have a dotted crotchet. What do you think? How many bits do you take it to have? Can you try to calculate it? Let me wait. Okay, yes. So if you said 1.5, you are absolutely correct. So let's analyze it now. A crotchet has what? 1 bit. Now we want to divide that one into, when you add a dot to it now, it means that it's going to increase by half of the original bit. So we have to ask ourselves, what is half of 1? If I divide one thing into 2 places, what will you give me? To be half, right? So if you and I have one sweet and we want to share it, right? We are friends, right? And you don't want to leave the sweet alone. You want us to share it. Good. So we break it into 2, right? So each person will take half. Are we there? Alright, beautiful. So now, half, the dot now will represent what? Half. So 1 plus half gives us what? 1.5. Okay, so a dotted crotchet has 1.5 bit. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Now, the same way we do it for the notes, musical notes, is the same way we do it for the rests. It's the same thing. Remember that a rest is a moment of silence in music, and they also have symbols that represent rest. Now, each musical note has a symbol attached to it. So each musical note has a symbol attached to it. Okay, so a semi-brief has a semi-brief rest, and they both have the same number of beats. Only that for the musical notes you will hear a sound, but for the rest it will be silent. So it will be silent for 4 beats. For the musical notes you will hear 4 counts, or you hear a sound that will last for 4 beats. Okay, beautiful. So now, also a meaning musical note has a meaning rest symbol. A crotchet note also has a crotchet rest symbol. Each of them like that have their own rest symbol. Okay, beautiful. So now, this means that even our rest can be increased. The number of their beats can be increased using a dot. So yes. So now, if I have a semi-brief rest, a semi-brief rest has 4 rest beats. 4 rest beats, meaning that moment is silent for 4 counts. Good. Now, if I add a dot to it, a semi-brief, it becomes a dotted semi-brief rest. Now, a dotted semi-brief rest would have 6 beats, just like a semi-brief. It's the same calculation. 4, half of 4 is what? 2. Then 4 plus 2 gives us what? 6. Beautiful. They are very intelligent. Alright, so same way, a meaning rest will also have 3 rest beats. 3 rest beats. A crotchet rest will also have what? 1.5 rest beats. Are we there? You can also do it for a quiver, but because of the calculations, that's why I decided not to do it now. For us to understand well, when we understand well, then we can now move to more technical questions. Okay? Although if you want to do it, it's the same thing. Maybe I should just. Alright, so let's say a quiver. Now a quiver has what? 1/2 beats. Okay? So now 1/2. If you now had a dot beside a quiver, it has increased, the beat has increased. It's no longer the usual 1/2. Now we have to find half of 1/2. If you calculate it, half of 1/2, you can just simply say 1/2 times 1/2. Half of, in mathematics, of means what? Times, yes. So 1/2 times 1/2 gives us what? 1/4. So now the new bit is a quiver, which is 1/2. The dot is now 1/4. So 1/2 plus 1/4 gives us 3/4. Okay, I'll show the calculation. gives us was 3/4. Very simple, very good. Alright, now I believe this is quite clear. Okay, yes, so remember, a semi-brief has 4 bits, a dotted semi-brief will have what, 6, a meaning has 2 bits, a dotted meaning will have what, 3 bits, a quiver has a crotchet rather has 1 bit, a dotted crotchet will have what, one whole number 1/2 bits, that's 1.5 bits. Okay, and a quiver has 1/2 bits, a dotted quiver will have what, 3/4 bits. Okay, I believe this is understandable. Yes, so the same way with the notes, the musical rest also have the same thing. So a dotted semi-brief rest will have 6 rest bits, a dotted meaning rest will have 3 rest bits, a dotted crotchet rest will have what, one whole number 1/2 rest bits, a dotted quiver rest will have what, 3/4 rest bits. Okay, yeah, beautiful. So I've done everything. I wanted to give us a class exercise, but okay, actually I've done them all. Okay, maybe I should just give us a semi-quiver. That one is going to be a little bit because of the calculation. I'm sure you have done fractions in mathematics and it should be easy. So I will send you, why not try it? Why not try it now? Let's try it now. So try it now. Find the number of bits that a semi-quiver rest we have. A dotted semi-quiver rest will have how many bits? Okay, you can pause the video so you can do your calculations. Once you're done with your calculations, so yes, do you have your answer now? Okay, so let's look at it together. So a semi-quiver has what? If you got 3/8, you are absolutely correct. How do we get that? So a semi-quiver has what? A semi-quiver rest has 1/4 rest bits, just like a semi-quiver will have 1/4 bits, right? Okay, so now when it is dotted, it means that we have to find half of the original bit. So half of 4, which is 1/2 times 1/4, will give us what, 1/8. So now the new bit we want to find is the semi-quiver, which is 1/4, plus the dot, which is 1/8. That's 1/4 plus 1/8. Using our mathematics, LCM, that will give us 3/8. Okay, all right, beautiful. So now that you understand it, I'm glad that you understand this. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment sections. I'll check them and then I'll reply. All right, bye bye for now.